We have to address the elephant in the room.
I wonder what that is.
I wonder.
Did you know that my son Kitsune is the one that owns Cafe Kitsune?
Oh, wait, hold up.
Hari tu yang as for Harry, the big one, that was.
Oh yeah, with the red tie? Yeah, that was also by Bahati.
Kritik. Have you seen it?
I have not seen
It's
it.
a Netflix show starring Dian Sastrowadoyo. I've never bumped into a real assassin.
We gonna call it vitamins because we ghetto.
Queen behavior.
Queen behavior. Do you have a gentlewoman bag?
I have a gentlewoman bag, and
Guilty.
I also have socks. I'm guilty. I'm obsessed. Like
too.
Lord Pure Heroin. Inject it right now. HB1.
Yes!
HB1, HB2.
It was like, oh, I ate it, and I posted it on Instagram, and people like, ate it up. I ate it. 2, 1, action. Hi, and welcome back to Tabi Talks.
With Amisha.
And Asad.
Yep.
Before we proceed to our actual episode, we have to address the elephant in the room.
I wonder what that is.
I wonder, I feel like it's kind of obvious for our YouTube viewers that we are not in a room.
We are instead in Asad's car.
Yeah, due to the reason that the last episode we actually recorded in an auditorium.
Yeah. And that's not available to us anymore, so
Yeah.
we decided to move to his car, where everything basically started for us.
Yeah, we had SZA and fashion in this car.
And we were like, this is where it's
Yeah,
at.
this is our route.
Also, we just don't have the budget.
Yeah, so it'll be in our car for the moment. And
Yep.
if we were to have our podcast guests, they will be sitting in this car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the back with us, hopefully joining us very soon.
Uh-huh.
So we just want to dive right into it. Let's start off with our 2023 wrapped in fashion.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a year in 2023. A lot happened politically, economically, and of course, fashionably. So
Yeah.
let's go down that memory runway.
Memory runway.
Yeah.
I love that little play on the
Mhm.
word. I want to jump into the fashionization of food. What I mean by that is, you know how there's been a few retail establishments that have cafes attached to it. The first example that comes to mind is Gentle Monster with Nudic. I only recently found out that Nudic is owned by Gentle Monster.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. What?
Like, it's basically an artisanal cafe in Seoul. I know there's 2 locations, Apgujeong and Seongsu, which is dubbed as the Brooklyn of Seoul because of all the hipster cafes that's at that area. Mhm.
Wow.
So at that location, there's a 5-story Genmon, and there's also a floor for tambourines, which I also just found out is owned by Gentle Monster as well.
Wait.
Serious.
So they're in the kind of food industry, and then they're also kind of in the perfume industry.
Exactly, they're both owned by Genmon.
Wow.
And the thing is, I first heard of Nudic. I don't know how to pronounce
Wait,
it.
how do we spell it though?
Nudake.
Okay, Nudake,
Nudake.
guys.
I tahu from New Jeans, they collabed with Nudic for their first EP. I think they had they each had their own rabbit cakes. You know how their mascot is a
Oh yeah,
rabbit?
they really exhausted that rabbit for the first 5 singles.
Yeah, I think they're still using it.
Really?
Yeah, minus Get Up with the collab
Okay,
with
it's
Powerpuff Girls.
Hype Boy. It's OMG.
Ditto,
Zero,
Zero,
and
all the remixes.
all the remixes in between. But now they're using Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Nudic's desserts itself is on the pricier range, but I know it's more exotic. They're more experimental with the flavors and stuff like that. Another one to point out is Ralph's Coffee by Ralph Lauren. I had no idea it was under Ralph Lauren until I
Wait, Ralph Lauren left Ralph Lauren, that brand.
Yes.
Oh.
I only knew when I reached the building in 5th Avenue with my friend, because she
And
was
this
the
is
one.
in New York.
Yeah, she was the one that wanted to go, and I said, okay, let's go. When we reached there, I was like, oh, it's under Ralph Lauren, and it was so cool because I saw the bear and the theme is green and everything, and the coffee is great.
Okay, but
Have you tried?
I don't even know that they had a
There's one here in Pavilion, recently opened.
Pavilion Bukit Bintang or?
Yeah, Pavi BB. Right as you enter the main entrance, you can see it. I think it's in the atrium.
Is it near like Dome, Coffee Bean or?
No, it's on another floor, I think.
Oh, okay.
Sit up. It's
Okay,
really
what's
good.
like the price range though?
The price range, if I'm not mistaken, is 14 to 20.
Okay, so a typical like KL cafe price.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's great though. And I got my mom and dad to try it, and they were like, "Oh, this is delicious."
So your mom and dad paid it.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, this is delicious. I'm gonna come again.
Yeah. And then we were also talking about Jacques Mousse, right, the other day.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
With they have a cafe in Seoul.
They have
My earliest example that I can think of is Cafe Kitsune. Did you know that my son Kitsune is the one that owns Cafe Kitsune?
Oh wait, hold up.
Yeah.
I thought like an Amazing Kitsune, the clothing brand. No, I
lifestyle
thought
brand,
no, because I knew there was one open in TRX, but I thought it was just it's
a
another
normal
cafe.
No, it's under my son Kitsune, which is so cool. And now we have it here. I haven't tried it. Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it yet.
No,
I mean,
haven't tried it.
TRX has been full
Yeah.
ever since it opened, so I'll probably come
I'm-
back in a few more months.
Yeah, we'll give it a few more months because right now it's way too packed.
Yeah. But I do understand the concept of like, fashionization of food. I feel like it really adds to the experience. I feel like when it comes to fashion or even high fashion, it's like, the experience of wearing it. And I feel like when you add all these other elements like Gentle Monster, because
Yeah.
one of their unique selling points were, their experience of wearing or going through the store.
Yeah.
So having the taste, hearing, smelling, and touching and feeling it, it really does add up to the experience of it. Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
I want to see more of. I would love to see brands here do the same concept.
Mhm.
I don't know if there is any right now. Do you know? Macam tak ada
I'm
kan?
not quite sure, but I do. No, I don't know.
Right. I think I want to see a local brand do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like open a cafe next to their store. What about pop culture though? Like in 2023, my brands, movies, fashion shows.
Well, not really like a pop culture moment, but like a fashion moment that I really liked was Berhati in Next in Vogue Singapore. So for people who don't know who is Berhati, it's a Malaysian brand founded in 2018,
Yep.
and they were viral for their oversized baju Melayu, which I might or might not get. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it yet.
for you.
Thank you. And they've always been like a staple in KL fashion
Betul.
about pushing the boundaries of traditional culture wear. I mean, they've gained so much media attention from that.
It's true. Hari tu yang as for Harry, the big one that was.
Oh yeah, with
by
the red
Berhati.
tie. Yeah, that was also by Bahati. And
Amazing.
Bahati has like styled Aina Abdul, Datuk Sri Vida. Yeah,
Wow.
amazing people. Kelvin has dressed.
That's the founder, right?
Yeah, the creative director. And next in Vogue Closet, the specific segment is about showcasing what is next in fashion, innovations, culture, and lifestyle. And it's actually the first time they've done it in Southeast Asia and Singapore. And also to commemorate lol their 3 years anniversary of Vogue Singapore too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Bahati was showcased there, and then they showed their looks. They had 19 looks in there, and one of my favorites is look number 9, which is a Kebaya-esque dress with a signature rose. Yeah, and then that rose has been numerous times in Bahati's design. We've seen it on Aina Abdul's that rose dress.
Yeah, it's like Bahati's signature.
Yeah, and then we've seen it on the Nike collab they did for KFW 23.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah. It's so like underspoken about that. Like,
Yeah, people don't really talk about that.
they did a collab with Nike.
Again.
Yeah. So, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And what I loved about that Kebaya dress is that it bleeds into the batik. Yeah. And because usually like when you talk about like Kebaya, it's like the top part, the lace top.
Yeah.
And then like it's the batik, but when it bleeds into it, it becomes like it becomes into like one shape, which is like something that I've never seen before.
Faham. I love the fact that people are being more experimental with kebayas now. One example I saw, I think it was on Instagram, was Burton. They had this kebayas. It was like a black kebayas, but it was like a black print. It was really cool. And it was I'm thinking of recently is the show Gadis Kretek. Have you seen it?
I have not seen
It's
it.
a Netflix show starring Dian Sastrowadoyo, who plays Jengya. She's my favorite actor from Ada Apa Dengan Cinta, so I had to watch it.
Is this a Malaysian or Indonesian?
It's an Indonesian series.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes place in the 60s, and she's a girl who dreams of creating her own tobacco aroma during the growth of the clove tobacco industry back in the 60s. And she's very relentless. She's a very strong woman, so that wasn't accepted during those times. You know, they just wanted to be married off and everything. So yeah, that's what the story is about. And because she's very, how do I say it, a strong woman, I guess. Yeah, Hagai Pakan, the costume designer, decided to incorporate that into the kebayas he was designing. One thing I noticed is she wore black kebayas throughout the series, and all of those kebayas that she wore had a silhouette that was similar to beskap or surjan. If I'm butchering this, I'm so sorry. Which is traditional Javanese clothing usually worn by men.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, so the kebayas were much more masculine than usual, and they were all in black. And the one time she actually wore white was to a wedding.
Okay, was it her wedding or?
It wasn't her wedding. So her wearing white to a wedding is
symbolism.
It's a symbolic of her that being a turning point in her life.
Okay, yeah.
So she was like a blank canvas all over again. Yeah.
And then like one thing about like with Kebaya, wow, very
Kebaya.
American right there. The thing about Kebaya is that it's always paired with like batiks and stuff. So, and then that really reminds me of another look that I really liked from Bahati was look number 8, which was a crop suit jacket paired with a short batik skirt. And then that short batik skirt was actually from the Peranakan campaign 2022. And also, I remember that in their opening act for KFW 22, the same skirt was worn by the performers, and then they did I think Vogue performances on the runway, which is really cool. I mean, like, I would definitely talk about Bahati in the future episode, like a really deep dive, because I genuinely one of the reasons why I really Bahati is that it really pushes the boundaries of traditional wear.
It's true. I love the modernization of traditional fashion. I talked about this in my essay for a computer science paper. My teacher actually loved it. So I think that's a niche I want to keep exploring.
Yeah, and definitely like one of the earliest Malaysian brands that really made me go into fashion was definitely Bahati. It was really a standout, so definitely would keep out on that. But another fashion moment like in the Western Hemisphere that really I think shook the fashion industry was Sarah Burton leaving Alexander Mcqueen.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So I think last year was her last collection before she left.
Before she left, where was she?
She was actually from Alexander Mcqueen from the start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she was raised in Manchester, and then she studied in Central St. Martin's. She's a St. Martin girly.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then she was referred to Alexander Mcqueen in 1996.
I see.
And then after 2 years, she led for the women's wear in 2000. And then afterwards, she became the creative director after the passing of McQueen.
I see.
And then from after the passing and then until 2023, she became the
creative director.
Yeah, I think that what makes her interesting is that Burton stands out as a creative director is that she was able to work with the previous creative character, the McQueen himself, and then she was able to like how should I say it, like continue on the DNA because she's worked with the original DNA, but at the same time she was able to continue that DNA, the legacy, and bring it into the contemporary world. Yeah.
So her interpretation is a continuation and being more agile about the current fashion scene.
And then like I think one of my favorite pieces, not really from her collection, but she's custom did for was Kate Middleton.
Yep.
Yeah. My favorite from Kate Middleton was definitely the King Charles coronation. She wore custom Alexander McQueen. The headpiece was so beautiful. Like I genuinely loved that crown. And the thing is, it was a twin with her daughter too.
Oh, that's so cute! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, can I see a pic? Is there a pic?
Is there a pic? Yeah, a pic also here. Ta-da! And during her lifetime in McQueen, she was also awarded Order of the British Empire for her services in the British fashion industry.
Right.
Yeah, that's why she was able to dress Duchess of Cambridge.
I see.
Yeah. So, but I'm really looking forward to her future works and where she goes from here, her future projects.
Yeah. Kate also has a long history with Alexander Mcqueen, right?
Yeah.
She wears a lot of its pieces.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
How about you? Any recent updates? Any movies, perhaps?
I recently watched The Killers, directed by David Fincher. It's a 2023 movie. And I was doing some reading about how the costume designer came up with the outfits that was worn by Michael Fassbender in the film, because I noticed that he didn't wear, you know, the usual assassin outfits. Like when you think of, you know, assassins, what do you think of?
Like hoodie, black baklava,
Yeah.
black pants, all black lah.
Yeah, or like a suit. Like
Yeah.
they're usually standing out, which is not the reality of. I mean, I've never bumped into a real assassin, but you know, usually they stand out, or you know, they want to make sure that they're the main character in the film. But yeah, the costume play was interesting because the costume designer, Kate Adams, always worked with David Fincher previously, but this time they want to go against the cinema tradition of the slickly dressed assassin. So they wanted to make sure Fassbender was in weird looking clothes. He wanted something different. He wanted something pretty much non-existent, so then the killer could just blend into the background of any city. Mm-hmm. Like for example, he was wearing a German tourist clothes, so in Paris, so people wouldn't go near him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got this like a Hawaiian aloha shirt underneath because it has a pocket for the iPod, which is contributional to the character, because in the opening scene he was meditating with the Hawaiian shirt on as he was watching across the window of his next target, and I thought that was interesting. So because Fassbender's character is very meticulous, every decision is geared towards the efficient, successful completion of his work. The styling choices complemented that. Yeah. And for example, like nothing would take a lot of thought. Like the killer would always wear Velcro or zippers or pullovers, anything that he can just chuck on, or anything that he can just buy off the rack from the cities he's in. And David actually always mentions Skechers, which is interesting.
I mean, they are comfortable to walk in.
Very comfortable. Go to, no thought.
Yeah.
Literally no thought. Like
I
don't even think about buying Skechers.
But it really reminds me of like American Psycho, because like Patrick Bateman was also like one to, I mean, he's the opposite, I guess, of him, because he didn't care, but he cared.
Yes.
Because he worked in, I guess, in Wall Street, so it was a yuppie, the yuppie culture where everyone dressed the same and blended into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like what's it called? Patrick Bateman was different. He cared a lot about his appearance and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, it has the same theme of like it blends into the culture that he was in.
Very
yeah.
true. That's true.
But I feel like another memorable, like, honorable mention for movies in 23 was definitely Barbie.
One more thing to point out, Kate Adams made sure he was always wearing nylon or water resistant, so then the killer wouldn't need an umbrella. That was also something that contributed to the styling.
Okay, that's an interesting fact. Back to Barbie.
Back to Barbie.
I'm so sorry for
No,
interrupting.
you're fine. I just remember, I was like, wait.
Okay, I feel like Barbie dropped an atomic pink bomb over everyone. It was a pink summer in 23.
Very pink summer.
Yeah.
July, very pink.
Even I went to Barbie movie, I dressed up as Ken. I went with my friend Benisha.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she wore a Barbie outfit, and I was like, okay, I'll go for Ken. So
That's so cute.
yeah, even like for Halloween, like a lot of people wore Barbie too.
I know. Even some of our friends.
Yeah, even I did.
Yeah, you did.
I wear a Barbie shirt.
He ate that crop top.
Thank you.
How about you? What about fashion shows, the runway scene?
For me, I definitely think. One comes to mind that I think everyone was looking forward to was Peter Doe at Helmut Lang, and honestly, I kind of liked it. And
Wait, that was last year.
that was last year, yeah.
Okay.
At New York Fashion Week.
Right.
Yeah, Honestly, it's the right stepping stone into the right direction, and I'm excited to see what he did. And I did understand the show because it was a nod to, because in collection you saw the yellow stripes, yeah, that utilitarianism in his tailoring, and that was a nod to Lang's 2017 New York Taxi collection.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, which is cool because it also like relates to his background being like an Asian immigrant family,
Right.
and that's also why he incorporated the poems from in On Earth We Were Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't read that.
You should definitely read it. It's a really
Okay.
good read.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, so I'm definitely excited because when we talk about like Peter Do, we're known for his tailoring, right? That bareback suit.
Yes.
Oh,
To die for. I think about her every day.
the Roman Empire.
My Roman Empire.
And then we also know that Emmett Lang has a long history, and his DNA is very rooted in utilitarianism and innovation.
Yeah.
So I'm excited where he's gonna take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Speaking of the paying homages to the New York scene, Mark Gong's intern concept, the backstory of it is he wanted to pay homage. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
He wanted to pay homage to the working women scene in NYC. Think of Andy Sachs from Devil Wears Prada. Think of Samantha from Sex and the City. That's where he drew inspiration from for the intern concept. And since we're going to see much more of Corpcore in 2024, I think that was a great starting point. And I hope to bring we're interns. Of course, we're going to pretend we're a model lineup in the Mark Gong intern concept from SS24 vibe to the table this year. And yeah.
Yeah, we're interns. We definitely work but not get invited to the annual dinners.
Interns at Fashion Week, they are involved.
But actually, interns at Fashion Week, they really are like in it.
Kind.
They actually work and overwork.
I'd give like 2 years of my life just to be a part of NYFW vaccines.
Actually, honestly, yeah, I would.
On to celebs.
We'll talk about Onika Tanya Miraj, or known as the Queen of Rap herself.
Serious.
As you can see, it's a Barb bias segment right here.
Barb in this car.
Nikki for Vogue. Yes, and actually, it was the first time I actually bought a Vogue magazine.
Yeah, I saw you buy.
We bought it together. We bought it at.
Oh yeah, you bought it with me.
Yeah, at Eslite.
That bookstore.
We can't even pronounce the bookstore. Yeah.
Everything's so posh.
No, it was a Starry Gallery. I was like, oh, okay. But then it was my first ever Vogue.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was Nicki Minaj on the cover. And I think my personal favorite picture from the whole shoot was her in the oversized vêtements. See, I can pronounce now.
We are walking to the year not butchering these words anymore.
Yes. The oversized vêtement jacket in dusty pink, with her son Papa Bear wearing Gucci.
That's her son's name?
Yeah, no, that's the nickname. We haven't known it yet.
Okay.
For me, and then Nikki has talked about Vetmom previously, and she has talked about this on the Vogue's podcast interview. Her personal connection with Vetmom on her podcast.
She has a podcast?
No, she has a podcast. On the podcast interview. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. What podcast was this? BOF?
No, this was Vogue's.
Right.
Behind the Runway? I forgot, actually. I'm so sorry. But she has worn Vetmont time and time again. I think the most recent one before this, the photo shoot, was Barbie's premiere. She wore that grey dress.
Oh.
Yeah. With that blonde long hair. Remember?
Oh, yes, I remember.
Yeah.
It was iconic.
And she was also included Vetmont in her new album Pink Friday 2. Please stream now. In FTCU, F the Club Up, High Heels on my tippies, Dolce Gabbana on my Caught me vitamins when I read the So she played with the word vitamins and Vetmont to vitamins, and I quote her from her Apple Music podcast. Okay, I'm quoting her. We gonna call it vitamins cause we ghetto. Queen behavior. But actually, not a lot of people actually like that shoot, cause people were like, like a lot of like people were saying that, oh, this is not Nicki, because Nicki is known for her, you know, camp look.
Right.
She wants, it's usually the hot pink, you know, that has been notoriously related to Nicki Minaj since her inception in the, I guess, her Pink Friday first album.
Yeah.
But she elaborated, can we pronounce that word?
Elaborated
this outfit in the podcast interview with Vogue. She was talking about how it has been a full circle moment, you know, whether it's her album, her marriage, or even her motherhood.
Right.
All ups and downs that she has been through has brought her to this current moment, which is the photo shoot that she was talking about.
Right.
She further explained how this photo was a tearful moment, being able to capture this precious moment for her son, because you know how children are, you know, they run around,
Yeah.
you know, cry, yada yada, but she was able to capture that moment because Papa Bear like fell into her, and then he just slept. So
That's
they
so
were able to
cute.
like directly take a picture from that moment, and that made her teary as a mother. I don't have a child, but as a Barb, I definitely understand. Like if I had a child and I was taking pictures, I would be like, you know what I mean?
Oh, comel.
Yeah,
That's so cute. You got daddy fever?
I guess.
Ain't even the baby daddy.
Yeah, so that was Nicki Minaj, guys.
Stream Pink Friday too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should definitely talk about Thai celebs, the Thai win in fashion in 2023. You know, the first big one that I noticed is Lisa. Her impact with,
of course,
you know, Celine and Bulgari. Just Blackpink in general. They're giving a lot of access to K-pop idols, being ambassadors for a lot of things. But Lisa in specific, you know, Gentlewoman.
Yeah, that viral bag.
Yeah, I love Gentlewoman.
Do you have a Gentlewoman bag?
I have a Gentlewoman bag. And
Guilty.
I also have the socks. I'm guilty. I'm obsessed. It's so classic. It's so chic. I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And my first Bangkok trip, when I went there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get myself a Gentlewoman bag. That was last 2 years. In 2022, summer of 2022, I heard of Gentlewoman. I don't even remember how I heard of it. Maybe I saw like a Thai actor I liked wearing it, and then I wrote down. I was like, I'm gonna make sure I get one when I get there.
But I feel like circling back to Lisa being in Blackpink, I feel like one of the reasons that we are slowly embracing this Thai win is that when Lisa did her music video,
Oh yes,
that moment where she wore like traditional Thai, I think people
love
like
so much.
people love that, you know, and we wanted to see the Thai side
It's true.
of Lisa.
I know.
Yeah. And I feel like this Thai win, like with, you know, we've seen rise of Thai entertainment, you know, especially with actors. For example, we've seen Bright for Calvin Klein.
alongside Jungkook and Jennie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the top 3.
And then we see Apo and Miles for Dior Ambassador,
Exactly.
which is a big step. We've never seen that in Western fashion brands electing Southeast Asians as ambassadors, because we've seen K-pop.
Yep.
So it's like a K-wave and a Thai win.
Exactly. K-Wave and the Thai win. The Thai win is definitely going to establish Bangkok as Southeast Asia's entertainment hub, I think.
I can see that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
And I feel like the reasoning, according to BOF, it says it could be traced back to the stardom in the entertainment and music industry, and has a mass audience appeal. According to BOF, Thai entertainment has an appeal to Chinese audience, and the Thai population is also made up of 14% ethnic Chinese and a higher percentage of Thai mixed heritage.
Yep.
Yeah, and most of them are able to speak Thai. Some can speak Mandarin, and a lot of them can speak English.
speakers.
Yeah.
Yes. I never have trouble when I'm visiting because, you know, they're so forward.
Yeah, and then personally, I think that it's a great addition to the fashion industry. Fashion giants are able to see the potential in Southeast Asia, and not just like Thailand itself, but
Yeah.
we've seen Malaysians too. You know, we've seen Mirkin for YSL. And then we've seen Michelle Yeoh. She won the Oscar, and then afterwards she was ambassador for Balenciaga.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was on there.
I haven't seen that.
You know how I know? Because I bought the Vogue magazine
Oh,
for
okay,
Nikki.
okay.
And then the Balenciaga
SS24.
yeah, and it was like Michelle Yeoh.
That's so cool.
I was like, eh.
I need to see that.
Yeah, you can borrow my Vogue.
Thank you so much. I'm glad they're giving Malaysians way into the...
I feel like slowly
into the
Southeast
scene.
Asia is like creeping up now.
Betul. I'm noticing a lot of influencers and celebrities. They're being sent to Bangkok during events. Like, I think Diane Trisha was sent to... Like, she went to Bangkok for the Gucci event a while back.
Oh, wow.
She went with Win and all that.
Yeah. And then also, like, we've seen Malaysian brands also using this opportunity, not only Western taking from Southeast Asia, but I feel like, for example, Bonya just recently announced that Nayeon from Twice to be their brand ambassador.
Yeah.
So that's always a first for Malaysian brands, which is amazing.
Have there been any pictorials? Right, I've only heard about the announcement.
It just came out this week as of recording. Yeah. So I think we'll have to look in future campaigns.
Yeah. Enough about 2023. We're gonna leave that in the past. Wrap it up. 2024. What's
2024. Well, there has been several sources, several people telling what is upcoming for the next year. One of the sources is Asha Farisha, the local Miss Girl Couture. She said in one of her TikToks that Indices is gonna come up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like 2014?
2014.
Wow.
That vibe is gonna come to 2024. Yeah, which is like in a nutshell, it's like a Star Boy, which has been happening right now.
Right.
But I feel like it's gonna be an elevated version of it.
Oh, that's interesting and convenient because it's gonna be like exactly 10 years since 2014. So are we gonna see more of the 2014 Tumblr aesthetic, a messy blend between Brooklyn hipster fashion, 70s electro rock music, 90s grunge, and it's often interchangeably used in the early 2010s culture.
I feel like, because I feel like one of the main one of the cultural points, is it the right word, point? Is that it's related to like pop, it's related to punk, stuff like that. Yeah.
I personally find myself like listening to 2010s music again.
Me
Like
too.
Lord Pure Heroin. Inject it right now. We are ready to be embracing the 2010s again. Like, I think we're gonna see a lot of people use their iPhone 5S again. You know, shot on my iPhone 5S.
Wait, take that selfie like in the weird angle with the Oslo filter.
Also filters, you know, we're definitely gonna be, I think people are gonna be abusing the hell out of Instagram filters again. Oslo, Norway, Paris, Los Angeles,
Buenos Aires,
yeah.
Jakarta. I actually love Jakarta.
Really?
I think Jakarta.
No, but then, do you remember back then we had so many apps for filters?
Camera 360.
Camera 360, Viesco. How did you say it?
Vesco.
Visco.
I say Vesco.
I say Viesco. I know people say Viesio. Like, what?
Huh?
Yeah.
But I remember now you're butchering up my pronunciation. Vesco. That like very like bluish tint filter. I love that. I love that.
HB1.
Yes.
HB1, HB2.
It was like, oh, I ate it up, and I posted it on Instagram, and people like ate it up. I ate it up for sure.
It was either that or the one with extremely high contrast.
Oh, you know.
Like C1, C2. Why do I remember the filter names? It's crazy. I left that app a long time ago.
It's not on my iPhone anymore, but I feel like it's on my 6S.
6S. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had a 6S rose gold. Yeah, that was my first iPhone.
That was like such an it girl phone. I wanted the 6S so bad. I had an F5S. I loved my 5S. Okay. But when people were, you know, moving on and using 6S, I was like, damn, that's such a good phone. Because that was the first one that was curved. No, that was not the first curved.
No, it was the one. I feel like it was the. No, 5 is the one. It was curved, but it had like flat edges.
Yeah. Which
is on the current iPhone now.
Yeah, 6 is the one that was fully curved.
It was like fully curved.
I was like, damn, that's
and it was the white iPhone.
And it was thinner.
Yeah.
She was a skinny girl. Especially in September. The Supercut by Lord. trends every September.
It's like a annual album listening.
Annual album listening and annual song listening, especially with seasonal depression and when your friends move away and stuff like that, your hometown friends, they move away for school. Yeah.
My seasonal depression album is Blue Neighborhood, Troye Sivan.
Wow.
Every fall.
Wow.
Every autumn, September, I would start listening that album every single year. Like, I don't know. It's like I cognitively go to the album in that part of the year. I don't know why, but I guess I'm embracing 2014 again.
Period. My seasonal depression album is Arctic Monkeys' The Car, which is a very recent album. And I think they're also commemorating their fans and how far their discography has come. Like, for example, the song There Has to Be a Mirrorball. Oh my god, then he's gonna stop us. There has to be a mirrorball? Is that what it's called? There better be a mirrorball. There's a lyric that says, yesterday's still leaking through the roof, that's nothing new. So, that is an omen? A prediction into 2024. And then also, with the new Hunger Games movie being out, this is truly 2014 all over again. Like, YA dystopia being a thing.
I love YA.
I love YA.
They don't do movies like that again.
They don't, Maze Runner, all that. But, people have been talking about it, yeah. And do you think we're gonna see the British invasion of all over again, aka the YouTubers? Do you remember? Like, there was like a whole family of British YouTubers.
I don't think I was on that part of my.
Are you serious? That was so
my
significant.
2014 was filled with Minecraft and.
Okay, so you were like Dan and Phil.
Yeah, I was a Dan and Phil kid.
Like for me, like Zoella and.
Oh, Zoella, yeah.
Joe and Casper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if that's gonna make a return. Yeah.
Oh, I think one more YouTuber from that one was Smosh. I love Smosh at that era.
I actually never really watched Smosh. I'm sorry.
You were never that Smosh girl.
I was not.
Okay, how about, I feel like in 2023, quiet luxury or like silent fashion was like a big thing. Do you think it's gonna come in to 2024?
I'm hoping it dies, but the people who wear it are gonna continue to wear it. So
yeah, I was listening to Vogue's Vogue's podcast. It's my go-to podcast, I guess. And this podcast is my go-to.
Yeah,
I listen to myself.
Yeah. This is terrible.
Editors were talking about like, they were discussing about like if quiet luxury was going to be in or out for the year. It was a 50-50 split decision, because some people were like, oh, I want to go loud, I want to go patterns, I want to go brands, I'll have logos. But some people who liked it really went deep in it, and they said like, oh, I think we're gonna continue with this. And they were saying that, oh, especially with like the role and
Loro
other
Piana.
Loro Piana coming out, like their upcoming, and no, Loro Piana has always been famous.
Yeah,
but like, I guess
the recent mention.
Yeah,
of it
the recent mention of it. So they're gonna further continue wearing quiet fashion.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what are you looking forward to in 2024? For me, the influence of Asian fashion in mainstream media. Jenny's company opening at Atelier.
Wait, she's opening a...
Yeah. She's opening her own company called Odd Atelier. Atelier.
Yeah.
We don't know much about it so far, but I know she migrated all her stuff from YG, and now that Blackpink solos are no longer under YG and just group activities. It's okay, we still have the girls, don't worry.
We have the discography. Let's remember. And
group activities are still gonna be under YG.
Okay, let's go. Okay, what am I looking forward to? I'm actually looking forward to Bahati's Bahati's Ride Drop for 2024 specifically.
Same.
Because the CNY has been really good. Like, I really like like that songkit, like that Chinese songkit pattern on the traditional clothing.
I know, and
oversized. The
editorials were so good.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. Might get 1 or 2 pieces.
I think I'm definitely buying one.
Oh,
We should go together.
Yeah, vlog it, you know?
Yeah, we have to vlog it. Yeah. And then also, Solomon's in out. Hiking in out.
You know what we should be both of us should be looking forward to 2024?
What?
Getting a pair of Tabis. We have a podcast name after the shoe Tabi, and we don't own one.
We don't own one.
Maybe we should save up a bit.
Yes, we're gonna manifest that into the very near future.
Okay.
Before December.
But if you were to get a Tabi, what type of Tabi shoe? Is it the boot, cowboy boot?
I want the flats. I think the flats go with everything.
I would get the loafers actually.
Ooh. Oh.
But actually, I would get the cowboy boots just because I like cowboy stuff.
I think the boots are cool too, but it's just that in this climate, not in this economy, not in this climate, it's too hot for me personally.
I can't wait to put my debit card in my.
Right.
And then like recently in my TikTok, shopping cart, I already put the toe socks in. I was like 2024, I'm gonna buy a pair of Tabis in black. Yeah.
And also watching physical prints come back, which is crazy because I feel like we've always had physical prints, like books, magazines, but I'm gonna see excited to see, you know, creatives take that a step further, I guess, if that's what they mean by physical prints coming back.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it for today's episode.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the second episode of Tabi Talks. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye.